Crowhill here. Today we review a winter ale and discuss Candace Owens. Hey, good evening, Bigwig.
Well, good evening, Crowhill.
All right.
How about some beer and conversation?
I think that's a fantastic idea. What are we drinking tonight?
Well, this is a winter ale. Here
Okay.
we go. It's a festive winter ale.
It's that time of the year.
It's that time of the year.
Yes, very good. All right, fantastic.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'm just wondering about people who are very suspicious. Like there seems to be, sometimes you get into this mindset of being suspicious, where everything anybody says, you're thinking, wait a minute, that's not really what you mean. There's something,
doubting motivation.
Yes, there's something else behind what you're saying. Here's the public story, but there's got to be another story behind it.
I'm just asking questions.
Exactly.
Here.
I'm just asking questions, and that can kind of lead into some dangerous territory.
Yes, and certain people that we didn't think had gone full conspiracy.
Yeah. That might be.
Now we have.
Might be, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, in the Christmas spirit, we have Jubelale from Deschutes. It's a festive winter ale out of Bend, Oregon, coming in at 6.7. It's suggesting that I'm going to get some spice, some robust malt character, and some hints of toffee, and perhaps some cocoa.
Wow. So this is. So I'm getting a very interesting front versus back kind of experience here. There's like certain tastes that get you right in the front, and then there are other tastes that you get sort of in the back of your mouth or as you're swallowing.
I'm smelling a lot of toffee and even
but there's
coffee.
some kind of a very forward, astringent sort of a flavor that hits you right up front. And then you get this more mellow, malty kind of a flavor in the back,
right?
Which is very interesting.
It has usually a lot of aroma implies hoppy aroma.
Yes,
that's not what I'm getting.
That's not what we're getting.
But I'm getting something.
It's something else. It's some other kind of a spice that's giving a bitter, astringent sort of a character to it.
Yeah. I would say, it does kind of has some of that festive. It's not for everyone.
No.
I mean, I like it.
I like it. But it's definitely not for. I can see somebody tasting that and saying no.
Oh, that's not for me.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But I like it. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so Candace Owens,
Candace Owens,
great admirer for a long time.
All right, black woman, lives in England, married to an Englishman. She's she's young. I don't know. She's probably in her mid-30s, I guess.
I think, yeah.
And kind of came onto the scene, I think as a critic of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, well, before that maybe. And I remember seeing pictures of her, videos of her testifying before Congress on various things.
Interesting. And so she had, she did some YouTube stuff. She was part of Prager U.
Yeah. Very intelligent, very articulate. And you'd listen to her and she's the kind of person who has her facts ready. She has her ducks in a row. She's ready to say what she needs to say on the top. She's not just winging it. She's done her research and she's figured things out.
And she's not, you would have mostly conservative, but you're not saying she's just towing the line. For the conservative cause. She did the guy who started the whole started riots.
George Floyd. Yeah.
Yes, she did a whole documentary on
that's right.
George Floyd.
She did. That was
and
very
the Black
interesting.
Lives Matter scam.
Yeah.
So she seemed like a real friend of the right.
Yes.
And then
she got with Daily Wire.
Right. So she was YouTube by herself. Prager U, and Dennis Prager is a Jew. Mm-hmm. Turning Point. Yeah. Right, with Charlie Kirk.
And then Daily Wire looked around and said, "Look, we've got all white men. we need to do something about that.
You know, and I was like, I was already listening to her podcast, and I'm like, she's joined the Daily Wire. This seems like a nice match.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Until October 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the Hamas attack on Israel and the counter strikes, she went full Hamas.
Yeah.
And Ben Shapiro, Orthodox Jew, runs the company, and they tried to smooth things out for a little bit, but apparently it wasn't happening, and we
don't know the inside story, but
no.
But it certainly seems like, especially since what Candace has been saying since then, that Candace was going very anti-Israel, and Ben Shapiro wasn't having any of it.
But it's one thing to criticize the behavior of the state of Israel, but then to also just go full anti-Jew.
Right. Yeah. It was getting to be a bit much. Yeah.
And it was the Jews controlling everything. The reason the United States backs Israel in this is because the Jews control Congress. Mm-hmm. It just went full
conspiracy theory crazy, and this is it's disappointing, and it's also unsettling. Because here's this very intelligent, very articulate woman who, like, for a long time, I listened to and I thought, wow, she's really got it. She really understands. She's got her finger on the pulse. She gets it. And then she starts, like, going into crazy land. And you're wondering what in the world happened here.
So the stages that I've seen were the Ben Shapiro clash.
Yeah.
The Jews control everything. Like, ooh, okay, that's a side of her I didn't quite realize. Mm-hmm. On to, do you want to do Charlie Kirk or Macron?
Well, let's start with Macron.
Yeah, Macron's
it's funny.
I mean, why she got obsessed with the idea. All right, so Macron, the president of France, that his relationship with his wife is 14 years older, and he met when he was 14.
It is unquestionably, no matter where you fall on the whole Candace story, it is unquestionably a weird, disturbing...
Yeah, he was in high school, and she was the drama teacher.
She was already married.
Yes, already married.
He's
like a teenager, and she's 36 or whatever.
And somehow she was, like, so attracted to him that she couldn't help herself, and she divorced her husband and married this
little boy, and then he becomes the president of France.
Yes, it's
so it's already weird and creepy.
It's very weird and creepy, independent of Candace.
And now she has a penis.
So some guy in France started doing this investigatory work on Brigitte Macron, saying that she was not born as a woman.
Right. So, and now, she's weird looking.
Yeah.
And she's weirdly skinny.
Yeah.
And she probably has had a lot of facial work to mask the fact that she's so much older than her handsome husband.
Yeah.
And that's made her face look weird. So physically, there's some question about her.
Yes.
She's got this androgynous look to her, for sure.
Everything is weird. Everything
is weird. But Candace is
100% sold on the idea that she was born a man.
To the point where you're willing to take on the entire French apparatus.
Yeah, and apparently Donald
why would
Trump...
you do that if without... So in a way, it's like you wouldn't... it's not like you're taking on the governor of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
The CIA apparatus level of France is equal to anybody's.
Right.
You must really know. Right? Sort of gives weight to her statement that she's willing to take on
anybody. Yeah, and so
what?
Apparently, Donald Trump called her and asked her to back off.
Dial this back.
We're trying to get. It's such a fascinating, and the thing is, I'm not going to come out as pro Candace in this show because I think she's gone too far in a lot of things. But on this particular one, I kind of really like what she's doing. It's very funny, and she's taken it a little bit too far into the realm of pedophiles control the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
So there's some that she kind of takes Jeffrey Epstein and Macron and all this, and throws it all in a blender and comes out with pedophiles control the world.
Epstein is a Mossad agent,
right? Exactly,
to help control Hollywood for the Jews.
I know, yeah.
So where are we now?
Nuts.
Because now she's saying that there are French assassins out to get her,
and there might be. Although to tell you the truth, if there were French assassins out to get her, she'd be dead.
She'd be dead.
Yeah.
And what is she is? I mean, so what are the possibilities here? She's totally got the goods and the receipts, but can't produce them.
Mm-hmm.
She is. Willing to be assassinated to promote her brand.
Right.
Right.
It's very
making
hard.
the whole thing up for jollies. She's a very serious person.
Yes. It's hard to parse all that out. And so one way to look at this would be to say she's just trying to make good radio so that people will listen and be addicted to the show and come back week after week.
Because she's like, I'm going to live stream this, and I'm bringing receipts, and I'm naming names. Why do this Geraldo Rivera setup if it's not for ratings? Yeah. And you know what I mean. You've got a legitimate position here.
Yes.
I'm bringing, I'm naming names and
and she does name names and she does say things, but the question is how much reality is there behind the things that she's saying? And with the Macron thing, I don't know. I mean, the French are weird, and obviously the relationship between Brigitte Macron and Emmanuel Macron is weird, like times 10.
No, but wasn't there supposed to be in this defamation case an actual reckoning? Like, is she going to go into the judge's chambers and drop trowel?
Exactly.
I mean, is her personal gynecologist going to show up with pictures or something?
I know. Yeah.
It's so gross and weird.
I know. It's all horribly gross, but it seems as if they really wanted to resolve this, it would be relatively simple. I mean,
really,
not like. Not like
it's like why
not easy, but simple.
Yeah, not attractive and not pleasant, but does seem kind of simple.
Does seem kind of simple, yes.
Yeah. And, you could bring the birth certificate. Oh no, but even that wouldn't help because she actually had like a twin brother.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Every conspirity theory. There's all these twists and turns.
Oh yes, she's got a birth certificate.
But that's exactly what they would have said.
Wouldn't a conspiracy? I mean, wouldn't people trying to hide this? Yeah. That's exactly what they would say.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm glad we started with this because this is one where I'm sort of cheering her on. Like I want to see France humiliated. I want to see this kind of nonsense. Like I would love for her to be right on this. I don't know if she's right or wrong.
I want to destroy both of them, bring Marie Le Pen in to try to fix that country, although it's probably unfixable.
Probably beyond hope. But still, this one is just hilarious and amazing. And so I'm glad we started with this.
Yeah, that's more fun.
Yeah, it's more fun. But the problem is that if you think Candace went off the deep end with Brigitte Macron, she denies the moon landing, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
She's not a flat earther, but she does say this whole thing. Yeah. There are just too many inconsistencies. Yeah, what about the guy who worked over here who said this? Yeah. And the other person, right?
Yeah.
It's always that kind of like, if you throw enough, like, I'm just asking questions here, like, there's no cohesive counter argument. Mm-hmm. It's just, well, doesn't this make you wonder?
What about this? What about this? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, that whole bit.
Yeah, and that whole thing, that whole I'm just asking questions. We need to talk about that for a couple of minutes. Yeah. Because, okay, are you a Nazi?
No, I'm not a Nazi.
Well, I mean, are you a pedophile?
Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't know.
Are you a murderer?
No, not.
I mean, I'm just asking questions. The problem with this whole "I'm just asking questions" thing is it's a complete lie. When you say, if I were to say to you, "Are you a Nazi?" then obviously I have some suspicion that you're a Nazi.
Right.
Right.
Aren't you a vegetarian that loves dogs? So did Hitler.
Yes. So this whole "I'm just asking questions" shtick just doesn't fly with me, because especially when you're in a position of influence and authority, if you're going around asking questions about this, you're implying something by the question.
Right. And I think this is the nature of the Charlie Kirk assassination. She doesn't really have anything except for, isn't it curious that he was in Utah and then scheduled another one in Utah 20 days later?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is it really?
I don't know. Is it really that curious? I mean, do we have a database of how people do this?
A series of things like that. Like, hey, he wasn't wearing the bulletproof vest that he was given a year ago. He was wearing a different bulletproof vest. Oh, okay, yeah,
he was shot in the neck, so it wouldn't make any difference anyway. But,
but that was not the whole nature of the accusation, which I guess the basis must be that TPUSA wanted him assassinated.
Yeah, sure.
Isn't that the
of course,
right.
And that's the only possible explanation.
Yes. So,
yeah, it's so I heard this guy talking about what Candace is doing here, and the problem is that you're going at everything with this attitude of extreme suspicion, where anything that doesn't seem on its face to be obviously correct is now a problem. And if you take any real life thing, there's always going to be some weirdness. There's always going to be some thing that's not all that likely.
Well, isn't there? What is the? It's not the Occam's razor. It's the other one. It's don't attribute. What is it? Don't attribute to malice.
Hanlon's razor. Don't attribute to malice what can be explained by incompetence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the other day I was at this party. It was a 80th birthday party for this guy I know.
Well, it wasn't yours.
Not mine. Okay. No. Yeah. Mine's 180. so I was at this 80th birthday party, and sitting at the same table with somebody who worked for the same company that I had worked for. And everybody was like, wow, what a crazy coincidence. No, it's not a crazy coincidence. There are so many ways that you are connected with everybody.
Yeah.
And frequently it's just a matter of you accidentally stumbled upon this particular way that you're connected with somebody.
You know, you don't have to have that many people in a room to have two people with the same birthday.
Right.
And I don't know how that math, but it's smaller than you would imagine.
Yeah. You would think it would be 365 people, but it's
not. But no, it isn't.
Not,
and that would be the kind of thing. That's the strangest coincidence in the world. What's serendipity? Mm-hmm. The universe must have aligned for us to meet at this time.
No, it's just statistics. That's right. So a lot of these things that Candace hypes on, like how come they didn't go to the closest hospital, or there was a secret underground tunnel, or somebody else. It's like you're getting these tips, these anonymous tips from your
that nobody else has, like
your crackhead listeners, right?
Or this anonymous hospital worker,
right? Yeah,
had access to a file that said,
yeah.
I mean, but it almost. All right, so if she's not out of her damn mind,
right,
and she's just actually malicious, why would she want to tear down Charlie's legacy and TPUSA?
Right, I don't understand, because
I know what she has to gain by smearing Erica Kirk, smearing Charlie, and trying to destroy TPUSA.
I don't know, but it seems as if once you start going down this spiral, this suspicious spiral, where there's always a story behind the story, there's always something somebody's trying to hide, there's always a secret motivation. There's always some kind of a dark force.
The Jews are behind it.
The Jews are behind it.
No, this guy had a personal relationship with
Bibi Netanyahu.
Right. But he also was assassinated by the Mossad.
Right.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to really get in a dark place to start thinking about things like this. Like, no, I'm not going to say anything good or bad about Bibi Netanyahu. He's a politician, and politicians
he's doing the best for his country the way that he sees fit.
Or he's trying to make. Politicians are a mixed bag.
Right.
They're a mess. But is there some sort of is he going around killing people who
somebody like Charlie Kirk,
him?
Yeah, who has done in all of his speaking tours has done nothing but defend every action of Israel.
Right, yes.
And somehow Jew-hating Candace can turn that into the Jews want him dead.
The Jews want him dead.
And Turning Point USA, including his own wife,
yeah,
are in on the assassination.
It's
what the
H? Yeah, that is. So, I guess it's clear to me that Candace has gone down some sort of a path that's led her into this weird conspiracy mindset. And I what I'm curious about is, how do you get there?
Yeah.
How do you get to the point where everything is some deep, dark conspiracy, and there's always, a Jew behind it somewhere?
Well, I listened to this is before, before the Macron in October 7th, a couple of years ago. And it was on the history of psychiatry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit conspiratorial, but about, that it's all rooted in pedophilia.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Freud was a Jew and all of that. But I'm like, I don't know, it sounds like you're onto something there.
Well, that's the thing. That's the problem.
I was on board.
Yeah, that's the problem. The problem with a lot of this kind of stuff is you start with something that you actually have a kernel of truth.
I think you got
a lot of psychiatry is pretty perverted and messed up.
Yes,
there's really no question about that. It's a pretty
right. Everything that goes on in a person's life has to do with sexuality in their childhood or something like that, which is sort of the basis of psychoanalysis and the
right.
So I was like, you might be onto something.
You might be onto something, but
right.
It's like, okay, you can only take that so far.
Yeah.
So I am not a defender of psychology. I mean, psychology is a perverse discipline in a lot of ways, but that doesn't mean that the Jews are behind it all. Right? I mean, you can go a little too far with that.
And if the early founders were perverts, I'm not surprised by that. But is everybody that pulls all of the strings of power?
Yeah.
Throughout the entire world,
right,
are part of some perverted pedophile ring,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, let's say you have some new idea. Let's say we find out that Sir Isaac Newton was some sort of a pervert.
Okay.
Okay. Does that mean that his theories on optics are wrong? Right. So a lot of these things that came out of psychiatry. Freud was a weird dude. There's no question about it. He had some crazy hang-ups and he had some problems. He also had some brilliant ideas.
Right.
And it's kind of like when people talk about Elon Musk, and Elon Musk says, look, did you expect me to be like a genius and also a normal person at the same time?
and a saint.
Yeah, right. So guys like Sigmund Freud, the guy was clearly a genius. But, okay, he might also, I think it's not uncommon for somebody to be a genius and weird at the same time.
Probably, natural inclination.
Yeah. So we've got the conspiracy theories about Charlie Kirk's death. We've got the Macron thing, which is just hilarious, and I'd love to see how that comes out. There's the there's the blaming the Jews on everything.
Yeah.
I listened to some of her shows on Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And once again, it's the Jew connection, and it's the Mossad, and it's, you know, it's like, come on.
Because so you invite all the powerful people to your island, you get them in compromising situations, and then the Jews control you.
Yeah.
Because we're going to out you if you don't participate in the Jewish world order.
Right. And, you know, to be quite honest, if the Jews are trying to like bribe and blackmail people to make sure that Israel gets the money that it needs, I would not be at all surprised if that was the case.
I'm sure because the Ukrainians are doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the sort of thing that happens all the time, where you have some country, some smaller country.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
So you have a smaller country that's dependent on a larger country. What do you think they're going to do? Well, they're going to try to get whatever leverage they can.
Yes, you just stole my word. Yes. Leverage.
Yes. Right. So, okay, fine. So that sort of thing happens, and there's probably some documented cases of it, and probably some of it's true. But that's not the explanation for everything. And you can't go around like all the time trying to tie it back.
Did the Jews fake the moon landing?
They did. They did. That's right.
Well, because they owned the studio where the fake moon landing
exactly, because they controlled Hollywood. That's right. Yeah. And they probably controlled NASA too. There was probably like a Jew at NASA, and he was secretly controlling everything.
Even though NASA was founded by Nazis and Jews.
Nazi Jews.
They were Nazi Jews.
Yes. Okay. So it's really, I guess the thing that's most disturbing to me about this story is how did this intelligent, articulate,
rising
star turn into what
just
we've got now?
Flame out. I mean, not flame out, but burn herself.
Yeah.
And it's like, he went from Prager U to Turning Point to Daily Wire. I mean, what a rise! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're on your way, baby.
Yeah, and then you just go crazy.
Burn it all for what?
For what?
For the Jews.
Yeah, just underlying hatred. I don't know. It's something in her childhood.
Yes. Some Freudian psychologist could probably figure that out.
That's right.
But she wouldn't talk to them.
She wouldn't talk to them, no.
All right. Well, Candace, we've enjoyed the ride. Yeah. And I would say that I expect you to... I don't know. Do you expect her to come back to Earth or she already...
Let's just for a moment take the really cynical view of all this. Right. The really cynical view is she doesn't believe any of this crap. She just knows that it brings in listeners.
But it could possibly, but could it, I mean, I like where you're going.
Yeah.
But could it give her a better career path than sticking with the Daily Wire, where she was killing it? And you know, a powerhouse conservative media enterprise.
Good point.
So would it do better to break ties with that and then create your own crazy conspiratorial brand?
Yeah.
Is that better for you?
No, that's a really good point. So I think probably she just has this deep, suspicious sort of a character.
Maybe, yeah.
And
it's kind of served her well.
In a lot of ways.
It's
just gone too far.
She's been contrarian.
Yeah.
Right? She's a black woman who is
conservative black woman.
Black woman who is going against the grain.
Yes.
And so she's just that person, and that
I'm going against the grain. Well. I might as well just keep going against the grain
until I burn the whole damn thing down.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Candace, we wish you well, and
wish you well, and we'd like to bring you back from Crazy Town.
All right. We'll see.
Cheers. Thanks so much for listening to Beer and Conversation with Pigweed and Crowhill. Remember to visit us at pigweedandcrowhill.com or send us an email at pigweedshow@gmail.com.